Wow, Laura, thank you for that nice introduction. She did exaggerate a little bit. I did not win unanimously. I have never lost an election, and we did win by a good margin, but thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, it's been great to partner with Wellmark and with the other sponsors that have been part of this, and I want to thank all of you being from Blue Zone communities, because you're the ones that are really making it happen. So it's great to see so many familiar people here in the crowd, and I know the Lieutenant Governor was here this morning. I like to say I've met my match in terms of energy, enthusiasm, and passion to serve the state. We're both very competitive people, and she was a girls basketball star, and I was just a high school lineman. So, but we still enjoy encouraging and supporting this wonderful endeavor to make Iowa the healthiest state. As Laura mentioned, in 2011, we set a very ambitious goal that we wanted to become the healthiest state in the nation, and we knew that we had a long ways to go, and we still have a long ways to go, but we are making progress. This vision is very important to our state, not only for our residents and businesses and schools and communities, but for the future generations that are going to live here. I did, as Laura mentioned, have the honor of serving as the president of Des Moines University, which is kind of unusual, thinking that I was trained as a lawyer and had 26 years in public service. So you can imagine how the faculty felt to have me chosen as the president of their university. I'm proud to say I did win them over. Just little things like having lunch in the cafeteria with the faculty and having an open door policy and listening to their concerns, and then speaking about the university off campus. But I'm really proud we did build that wellness center, and we were the first college or university in the United States to be recognized by the Wellness Council of America with their platinum level of recognition. We made it a totally tobacco-free campus. We incorporated wellness into the curriculum. Obviously, we're teaching future doctors and podiatrists and physical therapists and physicians assistants and others that are going into healthcare careers. So we wanted to play an important role there, and because of my status at Des Moines University now as a retiree, and I was really careful when it was kind of interesting because I was just out on an economic development trip in Northern California last week, and I was at Facebook. You may know that Facebook is making a big investment in Iowa. They're building their second building out here by Altoona. So I wanted to say thank you, and I was with Sheryl Sandberg. You probably know she lost her husband he died on Friday. I was with her on Tuesday. Wonderful woman. She wrote this book, Lean In, and and I just was there to say thank you for what Facebook is doing and the investment they're making here in Iowa. But she gave me these T-shirts for I have 5 granddaughters, and it's great for girls. And this book she's got, Lean In, is all about women leaders. And so on the front of these, and I have 8-year-old, 6-year-old, 2 4-year-olds, and a 2-year-old granddaughter. And now they've each got a T-shirt that says, on the front, I'm a leader, and on the back it says, bully, with a big circle and crossed out. So at any rate, I was really very saddened to see that she lost her husband over the weekend. But it is an honor to serve the people of Iowa, and they have the opportunity to go out and meet with leaders like this around the country, be with Dan Buettner, and I've gotten to know Dan pretty well thanks to Wellmark and thanks to Dan promoting the Blue Zones. And of course, Albert Lee, Minnesota, I have an uncle who's 93 years old and lives in Albert Lee, so I like to say he's a living example of this, of why it works. So, anyway, most mornings, as Laura mentioned, as a retiree at Des Moines University, and this is the benefit of being a retiree at Des Moines University, I can use that wellness center at no cost. I'm pretty cheap anyway, but I'm pretty conservative. So most mornings you'll see me there at 6 o'clock working out, walking at the wellness center. at Des Moines University, and then they also have a lot of other machines and weights and stuff like that. And I need to do that because I have this goal to wear my military uniform on Memorial Day. And last year on Memorial Day, I had the great honor of signing our home-based Iowa bill at Camp Dodge in the Gold Star Museum on Memorial Day in my Army uniform. And I got out of the Army in 1971. So it's a little tight, but I can still get into it. Being healthy is critical to being a healthy economy and attracting business and jobs. I believe that the economic vitality of our state is going to be measured by how successful we are in having healthy people, healthy workers, and just makes it a more attractive place for businesses to want to locate. I think walking is very critical. I gave up running and went to walking several years ago because I didn't want to have knee replacement. I had my jogging friend went through that, and so that, anyway, that's my thing. So, but I do try to do a very fast walk, and of course, part of what we've done with our healthiest state is to encourage that. And last year we had nearly, this is a state of about 3 million people, we had nearly 500,000 Iowans that participated in our annual Healthy State Walk. So that's pretty good. And this nearly doubles what we had the first year in 2011. The first year of the Healthiest State Walk, I had the opportunity to walk with some elementary kids from West Des Moines. After they participated in the first Healthiest State Walk, they decided one walk wasn't enough. Instead, they chose to keep walking. The students used pedometers that they got from Walmart to walk a combined 1 million football fields. That's 56,818 miles. The entire school got involved. The art department created a giant map to track their progress. Writing and history assignments included reports and poems about the countries they visited. Math skills were used to track their steps and calculate the distance that they traveled. Healthiest State has inspired Iowans, young and old, to come together and to make wellness an important priority in their lives. This year, the Healthiest State Walk theme is Walk at the Whistle. And we're lining it up so it'll feature walks that coincide with fire drills at our schools and businesses around the state of Iowa. And we do get a lot of school kids, and even we get state employees involved as well. Des Moines University did more than just teach me about wellness as part of my lifestyle. At Des Moines University, I learned about the importance of evidence-based medicine and how important it is for people to have skin in the game so they feel some ownership in their own health. And so that's something that I'm a strong proponent of, and trying to, as governor, encourage and support that throughout our state. The Blue Zones have enabled communities and their residents to transform the way they live and work. I want to thank Walmart for bringing the Blue Zones project to Iowa and providing the financial support and the encouragement for this. And I want to thank Laura for her leadership. I've had Laura testify before the National Governors Association meeting about what we're doing for wellness here, and I can tell you the other governors were impressed. This is truly the cornerstone piece of our Healthiest State effort, and the amount of work and transformation we've seen in these 15 communities that I'm going to mention here shortly is really beyond what we expected could happen. We're beginning to see progress in many focused areas of the Gallup Healthways Wellbeing Index, although we know it's not an easy thing, and you know, I guess I'm being the competitive person I am, I'd always like to see things happen quicker and faster. But for example, Iowa ranks 9th in the nation in the elements of community well-being and financial well-being. We just had a big financial literacy conference as well. And while we're not #1 yet, and we know we've got significant competition to get there, we're proud that in 2014 we were able to hold steady in our overall score, and the progress demonstrated in the Iowa Blue Zones communities outpaces those in similar communities across the country. So it's clearly demonstrated, we have empirical evidence that the Blue Zone communities are indeed excelling and exceeding what others are doing. So we've seen a significant drop in the rate of smoking in our state. I'm really proud of that. I'm married to a militant non-smoker, and way back before I ever became governor, when I was still practicing law in Lake Mills, my wife called one day and said, "I'm throwing out all the ashtrays, and we're not going to permit smoking in our house anymore, and you're going to back me up on this." And my wife was a militant non-smoker, and my mother was a smoker. She didn't talk to us for 3 months, but she eventually got over it. And then first thing I did when I became governor is we eliminated smoking at Terrace Hill and the Capitol. And then I found out kids are coming over from East High School and buying cigarettes out of the basement of the Capitol. So I signed an executive order eliminating the sale of cigarettes in the Capitol and other state buildings. So this is not something I'm coming to lately. It's something that I really believe in, and I guess I've been inspired by my wife on this issue. While surrounding states experience significant decline in their scores, the Blue Zone project communities remain unchanged in their physical health and their basic access scores. Finally, I want to acknowledge communities who reached their goals for the Blue Zone project and have become certified Blue Zone communities, and I know there's others that are continuing to work to achieve that. Can the representatives from each community please stand as we've already had our pictures taken with you, but I want to acknowledge you and have that community stand up. This is kind of like the girls, in the old days when we used to have 6-on-6 girls basketball in Iowa, we had what we called the Sweet 16 breakfast. It was held at the Yonkers Tea Room, and Ralph Zarno's band used to play every school's fight song. But as governor, it was one of the most fun things to be there and to see the enthusiasm of the girls from each school get up and sing their fight song. So you don't have to sing your fight song. I would like you to stand up. Okay, Spencer. Spencer increased the number of local community garden plots from 7 to 36. Spencer, let's get on the board. Thank you. Spencer is also the home of the Clay County Fair, which if you haven't been there, it's the world's best county fair. And also, I just read in Iowa History Magazine, Iowa History Journal, that Babe Ruth visited Spencer in 1948. So that's a little historical facts about Spencer. Congratulations, Spencer. Okay, now we have Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls Schools incorporated fitness into the classrooms through brain breaks, and they're getting kids involved in moving. Cedar Falls was one of our first. University of Northern Iowa with a wonderful, great basketball team, and also they've been real stars in financial literacy. University of Northern Iowa has excelled at reducing student debt, I think by over 11% the last couple of years. So, Cedar Falls, congratulations. Mason City achieved 37 Blue Zone worksite designations as they work towards improving the overall well-being of more than 4,500 employees. Mason City, of course, the home of Meredith Wilson, music band, and they have the famous North Iowa Band Festival. The city of Algona has invested $1.9 million to improve downtown alleys, and a $300,000 bond issue was passed to help with the expense of the new sidewalks. Algona and Kossuth County, that's where I started my political career, representing the northern part of Kossuth County, so thank you, Algona. They also have a band festival parade that I've ridden in Algona. And it is also the home of Pharmacists Mutual Insurance Company. So, and I was recently there, Snap-on Tools, another great employer in Algona, which is doing some real exciting things. So they make toolboxes in Algona. Okay. Muscatine has 426 citizens who joined 63 community walking MOIs throughout the community. I hope I said that right. But Muscatine is also the home of Sarah Landy, and it's where we hosted the reunion with Xi Jinping, who's now the president of China. We had and besides, what I understand is that the Chinese have now purchased the home that was where Xi Jinping stayed when he visited Muscatine in 1985. So Muscatine's got a great connection with China, and Muscatine's another great river city. So Muscatine, thank you. Waterloo has 12 local restaurants that took the pledge and are making a healthy choice, easy choice for patrons. Waterloo. The home of where the John Deere tractors are made. And, I can say a lot of other great things about Waterloo, but I would also say that that was H.R. Gross's hometown, and I grew up, he was my congressman when I was a kid, so. See, I do know a lot about Iowa, I want you to know. Okay, next, Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake Schools began a K-8 healthy snack cart program encouraging smart snack choices. Fresh fruit and vegetables are consumed, increased by 25%. Again, this, if you've not been to the Iowa Great Lakes, Spirit Lake is, the county seat of Dickinson County. They have a beautiful new courthouse, and they've got Okoboji and Spirit Lake and East, well, they got the whole Iowa Spirit and Great Lakes, which is one of the best attractions we have in the state of Iowa. So, Spirit Lake. Fairfield continues to involve their 16-mile trail system circling the city with tree plantings and the addition of a pedestrian and cycling daily Chautauqua Park Trail user increased by 180. So again, Fairfield, the home of Maharishi International University and some of the most innovative entrepreneurs that we have in the state of Iowa. So congratulations. All of these communities are working and making truly remarkable progress. So I want to thank everyone who's been a part of the success of these Blue Zone communities. I want to congratulate again the 8 communities for becoming Blue Zone community certified. And I just want to encourage all of you that have accomplished these great things, keep up the good work. We're not done yet. We got a long way to go, and all the others that are competing to be Blue Zone communities in the future. So thank you very much.